I opened up last episode talking about that conversation between Buddha and whoever the hell he was talking to. And another thing that came up was this idea that what we consider justice changes from generation to generation. I mean, does that sound right to you? Like, it's like, I guess in a way, if we just look at American history, what was considered justice in the 50s or 60s, racially speaking, and even like, who can marry who, not just racially, but like, gay marriage and stuff like that. Women's rights, like what was considered justice in 50s, 60s, is not considered justice in 2024. I guess that makes sense because essentially the same laws are in the books in both time periods. There's some laws that have been changed, right? But we're not. The word that they're using is not laws. It's justice. Okay. Certain people couldn't get justice in the 50s, 60s, and they can get justice now, theoretically at least. But justice is very specific. Now, this could be a translation thing again. Although I've been informed, like a lot of a lot of people in Japan are bilingual, and the author uses a lot of American terminology. For instance, D, the monkey D, Luffy is in English. The D is English. There is no Japanese word for D. It's D, right? So he's using the English letter purposefully, and that's why we'll see some English in the background. Some of these things are English signs, and they just use English words. That's just what they do, right? So I don't know if I think it's a translation because they always have the word justice in Japanese on the backs of their jerseys or their jackets or whatever, and then it gets translated and they'll say justice, right? So this feels like they're not using the American word justice. They are translating. It's the Japanese word for justice. So this could be a translation issue. But if we take it at face value, justice is a specific word. They're not saying what's right or wrong. They're not saying what's good for the people. A lot of laws are just to protect money or what's good for the people or, protect the weak. They're talking about justice, okay? Justice just has a harder edge to it. Justice feels Old Testament. Justice is an Old Testament thing. Sodom and Gomorrah. You guys are doing too much screwing in Sodom and Gomorrah, and you're selling your daughters out, and you're offering your daughters to people, and you're doing 69, and you're doing all kinds of other freaky shit. You're snorting cocaine off hookers' asses and stuff. So God's going to come down and he's going to smite these two cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. And you're asking me a pillar of salt if you even watch what he does. That's justice, right? That's Old Testament justice. So is that what we're talking about? Like justice. And the idea that it changes, justice changes. See, murder has always been wrong, at least as far back in human history as we can go. Murder has never been cool. Stealing has never been cool. Sex crimes have never been cool. Like, I guess maybe that is debatable depending on what the circumstances, I guess. But theoretically, these things have never been cool. So what changes from generation to generation? Okay, murder is less cool now than it was. Piracy itself seems to be a crime. Just merely flying a flag as a kid will get your ship destroyed. If you fly the black flag, you are declaring war against the government. You're free to die. You're free to be executed with no qualms, right? So, this idea that justice changes depending on the generation, I'm not sure what he means by that. I don't like the connotation. Like, I hate the government anyway, but so justice is malleable. New people come up, they got new ideas about justice. And maybe it's just a simple matter of, it's like, you get stopped by a cop. If they vibe with you and it feels like you're not being an asshole and you're properly respectful, maybe they let you off on a warning. Any of these things, you don't check any of these one of these boxes and they don't let you off with a warning. That's their prerogative. So their idea of justice is malleable. On the day, in the moment, they will make a decision: am I going to bust this person or not? Or are they going to have to go to traffic court or not? So that's the thing, right? Like I don't know. I'm kind of bumping up against that. I'm like, what exactly does he mean by that? I don't like it. I feel like justice should be, no matter the generation, it should be consistent. But there's this whole thing. This is a different world. They got their own laws and stuff and their own religions, and piracy seems to be a catch-all term for criminality. And the mere act of being a pirate in and of itself without doing anything else, you are a suspect and you can be executed on the spot. Like, I don't even think, like, just joining a gang. What are the most notorious gangs out there? Hell's Angels, the Crips and the Bloods. I don't really know much about that shit. But, like, I don't think just joining a Crip or a Blood or a Hell's Angel, like, just joining them, the first day you join them, you are allowed to be shot in the street by the cops. They might do it, but that doesn't mean you're allowed to. Doesn't mean it's kosher. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just like you have to actually commit a crime in our world. You can call yourself an anarchist and you're going to be on an FBI's watch list, but you have to actually commit a crime first. Like, is it true? Can you, if you join Al Qaeda, can you be killed just because you joined Al Qaeda? The first day you join, like you just walk in the door, you put on the robe, you put on the insignia, you declare, okay, I'm Al Qaeda. Are you allowed to be killed just in that moment? Maybe. Like it's singled out. I'm not talking about like you happen to be in the tent where the drone hits and they're trying to kill somebody else and you're there, so you die. I'm just saying, just a mere act of joining this organization, does that sentence you to death? Maybe that is a case where it's true. If you join a terrorist organization, you haven't even committed a crime yet, but because you join them, you can die. We'll kill you. I guess that's possible. So, are we saying pirates are terrorists? Is that the analog? Is that the one-to-one relationship we're doing here? Because now that I think about it, terrorism is the one thing, if you join the organization without committing any crimes, they can go ahead and kill you. Like, you don't have to actually commit a crime. Wasn't there an American, like, when we first invaded Afghanistan, he went over and joined the Afghans, and they arrested him and charged him and shit? I don't remember. This was a long time ago. It's about 20 years ago now. But I think so. The mere act of joining them is an act of betrayal. So, it's treason. Giving aid and comfort to the enemy, I guess. There are laws for that. So I guess there is a real world analog to this, now that I think about it. But I'm not 100% on that. I don't know, like, what their actual rules are. It might be in the CIA, the rule is, like, you have to prove this person did at least one crime, and then you can execute them with the drone. Like, yeah. You have to at least have a reasonable doubt that, preponderance of the evidence belief that this person committed a crime or signed off on crimes or something. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it may be we can shoot you on sight if you have this insignia. If you put on the team jersey of the terrorists, we can kill you. But that seems to be the case here at the Pirates. Fly the flag, we can just kill you. So I don't know. Like, so is that something that can change? Like, we get to a new generation. We now believe our concept of justice is you have to actually commit a crime as a pirate before we can just kill you or lock you up. Maybe that's what he's talking about. It'll be interesting to see. Like, there could be a sea change. Maybe the government will be less dicks if they get different people in charge. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. You know where we are, and you know where we're going. 3, 2, 1. I just love that he did this, man. This was awesome. Went back to the scene of the crime, man. And nobody was there because they've been deployed all over the world, right? Well, he definitely needs a face change, doesn't he? He's got her holding the paper for him to read. She is eating out of your hand, dude. I ship it. I totally ship it. They're good for each other. I mean, he's a dumbass and she's a raging narcissist. But somehow it works. Him being a dumbass, by the way, does not stop him from being a badass. You can be both. Audacious. Oh, no, not that. Somebody tell me like it was it Napoleon? It was he's named for two different battles. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the comment again. You know, the bear is good for a pillow. He makes for a very good pillow. A very good pillow, shall we say. We're not in any hurry. They keep talking about the moves he's making. He's killing people, boy. He's playing a long game. He's playing the long game. This actually makes sense. You don't want to fight the small fries. I see. Shut the hell up, bear. Sleep talking. I like him. People think I'm hating him. I'm not hating him. Somebody made a good point. He is Usopp's a coward too, so I shouldn't blame the bear. The thing is, a bear is strong. So a bear should be brave, right? Like, so the idea that a bear is a coward just feels offensive to me. That's why I was going in hard. I mean, Usopp's a human being, so lots of human beings are cowards. Shit, get wrecked. Dangerous world out there, man. Falling icicles. It's a wild ass island. Is what's going on. What is going on? It's kind of wild, man. Oh shit! The hell is this? This is wild as hell. It's another one of these laboratories, maybe. I guess Frankie destroyed his laboratory, so we couldn't get all those cool toys, right? This is fascinating. Hey, I like the snowman. Oh shit! Damn, y'all some assholes, man. We just want to hang out. I see. That's why he's such a badass. I see. Better stop talking shit. Just say it. Oh boy. Yeah, man. That is pretty rare, I imagine. Yeah. Shit. Some spring island. I don't know what to make of this. A poo, huh? Oh boy. Tell you what, that's a lot of bacon. You can make a lot of baconators out of all this. Screwed, blued, and tattooed. Y'all in some trouble, man. They were coming for that ass. Oh boy. Dumbass. Didn't really think boars hunted in packs. I don't really know though. They could be social animals. Can you fly? You better be able to fly. So apparently we can't run in the air, huh? I tried that one time because Looney Tunes they could walk in the air. I tried walking off a cliff. It was only like this much. It was only like 3 or 4 feet, right? It didn't work. I wanted to see if I wasn't looking down if I could walk on air, and it didn't happen. So yes, 5-year-olds are impressionable. Just saying. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. What are you eating there? Lava pizza? Idiots. This is why he's never going to be king of the pirates. He doesn't plan ahead, man. Luffy needs to start planning ahead, or he won't be either. It's that simple. God damn, dude. Shut up, or I'll kill you. That's pretty strong. Yeah, we know you're a moron. Very creepy. They're all creepy. Just waiting around, I guess. Shit. Oh, shit. Jesus. Wasn't expecting her to get caught. This is a 100 million rookie they were talking about. It was her. Shit. You got, man. No, thank you. Yeah. Denied. Yeah, that's kind of what he had in mind. Yeah, screw him. A lot of the things he got turned down. How's that indecent, dude? You talk about like. Oh, I see. How are you getting frothy beer mugs in this lava environment, right? Who's it gonna be? Hope it's Lava Boy. I want to see those two fight. Oh, it is. Excellent. Yes! I want them to kill each other because F both these guys. Oh, don't run away now, you little bitches. Really? Cowards. Cowards. Busted. He's gonna kill her. Yeah, you won't be alive to forgive. Man. So Blackbeard ran like a little bitch, just as I suspected. Yeah, kill his ass. Somebody saying it didn't sit well with him. Man, F this dude. He was playing against him just like the rest of them were, man. Get him out of here. What a dick. How about you don't get cocky? Get off my damn desk. So many people I want to see get defeated, man. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You can't trust any of these dudes, man. None of them. Yeah, you're weak. Still, it was sloppy work. Like, Gecko was the worst of them. They were all the warlords were pretty bad. I think none of them really helped. Full throated helped the government, right? They're all kind of doing their own thing. Gecko is one of the worst. He's like, I don't care who dies. I'm going to raise him up as a zombie. He's like, dude, you can't have somebody like that as a warlord. Get him out of here. So I don't have a problem with it, man. F that dude. Everybody's so sad. Chopper's up there eating lunch and reading the newspaper, man. Enjoying the ride. They going to get attacked? I'm getting Pearl Harbor vibes. They coming back? Did Chopper coming? Is Chopper coming back? Why? I guess nobody's allowed to ever leave any of their places. Oh shit. That's not good. No, it's not good if you fell in the water as a fruit user. That's not good. You're right about that. I see. Chopper. Yeah. Unlike Usopp, you can't pull this off. We can't miss you if you don't leave. But he doesn't know about Usopp. He never figured it out, did he? So why is he trying to emulate that? Yeah, he's definitely doing the same thing Usopp did. Dumbass. Hey, Chopper, what's up? Yeah. Let's play along. Dumbass. Fine, whatever. It is pitiful. Why did he come back? Was Luffy's message everybody stay where you are? Is that what he was saying? Everybody stay where you are and get stronger? Like, I don't understand how they got that from that. Maybe come back and get all these plants? This is him getting stronger. He becomes a better doctor. Okay, I get that. It's kind of like when Danny decides to stay in Essos. Frustrated a lot of the audience, but you understand where she's coming from. The character motivation makes sense. You're still not happy about it, but the character motivation at least makes sense. This makes sense. It's our pharmacy. Holy shit. You've been holding out, man. You've been holding out. Good shit. Right. He can learn a lot here, man. They only look stupid. They're not actually stupid. That's very offensive. I'm extremely offended. Yeah. He's saying you're smarter than you look, which I think is a compliment, isn't it? You can't control how you look, but you can't control how smart you are. Damn. Shoot him in the face. You made him cry. That's mean. Look at him. Blood. That's what you get for looking like Bigfoot. That's right. He's dead. Yeah. Oh well. It feels like they rendered this animation. They're not doing the short box, right? With the things on the sides. It looks like they reanimated this. You have tiny, tiny problems. I see. This all looks reanimated to me. And I get why they're covering this ground because it's been 500 episodes, right? Pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Still one of my favorite moments in the entire series. Luffy carrying Nami up the mountain. That was so badass. That's the most badass thing Luffy's done. He's done a lot of badass stuff. That was awesome. We all gotta get stronger. Maybe that's the message everybody got that I don't understand. Like, everybody gets stronger before we get back together. Wrecked. I think he did, yeah. The Chopper crying face is the best crying face on the series. It's the equivalent of Willow on Buffy. When he cries, we all cry. Now I keep going back and forth in this. Now I'm starting to think they are setting up a time jump because they're setting up all the motivation for why they won't be back together for years, right? Because it's going to take him a long time to do the library thing, and maybe that was the message he sent to all his crewmates. We're not getting back together right now. I don't know what part of that story told them that. I'm having a disconnect here. So I don't understand like how they got that from it, but that seems to be what they got from it. Is like everybody okay, chill, learn what you need to know. We'll see each other in a couple of years when all of us have gotten stronger, including me, Luffy. Right? That seems to be what I'm getting here, and it's not a bad decision if we can time jump past that and just get to back to the damn plot of them being together and what happens next, right? There isn't a parallel here, by the way. Lost. The first three seasons of Lost are one thing. The last three seasons of Lost are a different thing. Now, season five is actually my favorite season, but I love the first three seasons of Lost because they're on the island. They haven't been rescued. They haven't left the island yet, and they're all kind of getting to know each other. The backstories are fresh, and we're just learning about the backstories. We're learning about the characters. They're starting to trust each other. Got interactions. You have cool shit happening. And then once they leave the island, some of them leave the island. the whole dynamic changes, and it's never the same again. It's never we're living on the beach and we're trying to form a little society and we're being attacked and there's all this shit happening. The camaraderie, the characterization camaraderie, this group of people, these character interactions, you know, Sawyer and Kate, Hurley and Jack, you know, Locke and Claire and Charlie, and like these character interactions. We enjoy that. We want to see more of this. I want to see more of Kate and Hurley, Kate and Jack, Kate and Sawyer. I want to see more of those people interacting with each other and just, I enjoy this. I want more of this. I want more. And so we get 3 seasons of that, right? We have 72 episodes of that, I think. Okay, so after the first 3 seasons, we never really get that again. Not in the same way. It's never the same again. So the people who love that, just those character interactions, the characterization, character over plot, are discontented with the way the second half of the series went, including me. But the story has to evolve. Like, they eventually have to get off the island and come back, and these things have to happen, and you get the resolution, and you finish the series. Like, it has to happen. You can't just stay on the beach for the entire series. It's like, you know, Jon Snow and whatever his girlfriend's name was, who was a wildling, they wanted to stay in the cave, right? You can't stay in the cave. Eventually, you have to leave the cave, and if you leave the cave, bad things can happen. It'll never be the same. It'll never be like it was, which is what happened in that series. You have to, things move on. Like, you know, we don't stay in high school or whatever the happiest time of your life is. Like, you know, we can't stay on vacation in Cancun. Days pass. The sun rises. Eventually, you're at your last day and you have to leave Cancun and you have to come back to your shitty life, right? Things change. So, I understand all this. But that's what I'm experiencing here now is before Kuma was the perfect time of the series for me because I love the character interactions. I love all of that, right? But you can't stay there forever and have a complete story. I thought we could. I thought that was going to be the whole series. Boy, was I wrong. But that's what I thought we were getting. And I was really enjoying that. And so I know, you know, I'm sure you've seen, like, my enthusiasm is less than it was. It's been over 100 episodes since we've gotten that. And, like, the longer we go without that, I'm having the discontent. I'm not enjoying it as much, but I'm not getting what I want. Joss Whedon used to say, I'm not going to give the audience what they want. I'm going to give them what they need. Maybe this is what we need, but it's not what I want. And so my enthusiasm lesson is why earlier in this recording session over the past few days, I was pretty irritable with the show. I wasn't giving the show any grace. I wasn't giving them the benefit of the doubt. I was being, you know, just irritable with the show, right? And I noticed as I was editing together the intros and outros. And then we got the swerve of what Luffy was actually doing, what they were seeing in this bit. They foreshadowed, I think, for 3 straight episodes. They were telling us, ooh, Luffy did something. Ooh, Luffy did something. I was getting really annoyed. It was like, I thought it was going to be something lame. Because Lost, I was, going back to Lost, some of the things they did were lame, okay? We're following a woman for the first, it's about the end of an episode, right? And there's some new character they're bringing in. And they just won't show the face. In the later seasons they had this, they wouldn't show characters' faces. They'd hold out every little tiny bit of information as long as humanly possible until they absolutely have to give it to you. And then they finally give it to you. And it just feels like you're wasting our time. It feels like padding. You're wasting our time. So there'll be 3 minutes left in the episode. They start with their feet. Somebody's walking down a hallway. Then they show her hand opening a door. And they show her back as she walks into the room. And they show her shuffling papers. And she starts chalk. And she's writing on the chalkboard. You know, and we're seeing what she's writing. And finally somebody else comes in the room. And finally, this has been 3 minutes of this shit, right? 10 seconds left in the episode. She turns around and we finally see who it is. Congratulations. You kept us waiting for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. We couldn't see her face. They did all these tricky editing shenanigans just to not show who it is until the last possible second before the episode's over. You're awesome. Good job. It's annoying, man. It's just petty. You're holding on to these tiny mysteries for no purpose whatsoever. That shit gets annoying. You lose the grace. You put the audience in a bad mood and you lose the grace of that. The audience won't give you good grace anymore, right? So that's what this felt like when they were holding back with this newspaper and not telling us what Luffy had done. So then we actually get to it and we see what he did. I know I've already covered this ground, but this bears repeating. We actually see what he did, and it was awesome. And yes, I would not want to have heard about it in the newspaper and seen what they were talking about before we saw what happened. So it was actually very well done. I love that they foreshadowed for 3 episodes. I love we see everybody's reaction to it before we see what he did, and then we see what he did, and they paid it off. Man. See what I was talking about there with Lost? They didn't pay off the 2 minutes and 45 seconds we waited. The payoff wasn't worth it. It didn't do shit for me. It was nothing, man. The payoff, there was no point in sitting through that crap. You're wasting our time. This was not a waste of time. So the show had put me at a point where I wasn't giving them the benefit of the doubt. I was irritable. I was in a bad mood. I wasn't giving them, I had no patience with them. And so I just assumed they were going to screw it up, right? And they didn't screw it up. So that was eye opening for me. Like it only happened like earlier today, right? But like I've had some time off in between episodes, and that I was like, you know what? I know I'm annoyed that the crew's not back together. I know I'm annoyed we're probably never going to get back what we had in those first 400 episodes. Probably never going to. That is what it is. It's whatever. But I can't take it out on the show. The show's evolving. It's going to happen. It's what the show wants to do. It's what the author has in mind. We're going where the story's going. You can't have what you want. You're getting what they want. Because I'm not the showrunner. I'm not the writer. I can't dictate what we're going to get. My version of the show would probably suck. So, what that taught me was to give the show the benefit of the doubt. Because you know what? They know what the hell they're doing, man. That was so well done. That's why I'm repeating myself here. What Luffy did was awesome. It deserved the build up. So, what I'm saying here is, I don't know that I necessarily want to see 100 episodes of them slowly, episode by episode, learning in the library. And, we see how he's progressing as a doctor. We see how Nami's progressing as a weather girl. And, we see how Usopp's progressing as I guess he wants to be Jabba the Hutt, and etc. I don't know we need to see the incremental steps. I think we're okay if they lay the foundation to go ahead and time jump, and then we get to the end result. Okay, now everybody's stronger and we buy it. We believe it. 6 months have passed. We believe it. They've all been trained up. Now they can get back together. That's kind of what I want, But if that's not what we get, I'm willing to have a little bit more patience with the show, at least for now. We'll see. You're always going to get my honest impression. I'm never going to... Back when I was kissing the show's ass every single episode, it was because I was enjoying the show. It wasn't because I'm trying to get clicks or whatever. Whatever you think. Right? You're always going to get my honest reaction. If I'm annoyed with the show, I'm going to be annoyed with the show, and you're going to know it. If I'm loving the show, you're going to know it. It's always just whatever I honestly feel. So, it's been an easy ride so far if you love this show, because I've been kissing the show's ass for 400 episodes, and now you're seeing the other side of that, right? So, look, they got to keep it strong. Keep coming strong. Because the second you start to suck, you're going to hear about it from me. So this ain't just some blowjob from a guy just trying to get the One Piece fans to stay on his side. No, man. No, this is going to be whatever I actually feel. So, not that you doubted that. I'm just saying.